Today we're taking a first look at Project Castaway, which is currently in beta, so we can definitely expect a few surprises and bugs and things like that, but it looks like a very fun game nonetheless. This game is currently scheduled to be released on the 24th of September, and if you'd like to see me make more content on it when it is released, then please do consider liking and subscribing, as it is an excellent gauge to me as to how much interest there is. For now though, let's go ahead and start a new game. You can see that we have a few different options, such as Hardcore, where once you die that's it is a permadeath. Then there's the normal survival mode, and coming soon there is a challenge mode as well, which sounds interesting. For today we'll just do the survival mode, so we'll click that and get our game underway. So this is how we start, guys. Our plane crashes in the ocean, and of course we're gonna have to find ourselves a bit of an island to survive on. So at the top of the screen you get these arrows, and you can see that you can just swim using WASD of course and follow the arrows to the nearest island. If you look upwards like I'm doing right now, then as you're swimming, you will be able to get yourself up above the water. You don't actually run out of oxygen if you don't do that, but by going up like this, you can see that you do get a better view of things. Now, this might be just a problem that's happening in beta, but sometimes it takes you to the wrong island. And if your island looks like this is actually the wrong island. So the island that you do want to go to is this one that you can see in front of us here. And as you can see on top of the island, there is a big mass that is sticking up. Now, this does actually matter because there are going to be challenging enemies on all of the islands. So there's going to be things like crocodiles and tigers and stuff like that. Now, if you go to an island that is too advanced for you at the start of the game, then the enemies are also going to be too advanced and you're going to die quickly and repeatedly, and this game will not be any fun. So make sure you head into this island, and that's what we're going to do right now. It's going to take me a minute or two to swim there, so of course I will cut that and let's have a look once we get there. And here we are, guys, Project Castaway. We have landed on our little island, and as soon as we get here we want to start picking up things that we see. What was that? Was it a crab? Oh, there's a bee attacking me already. Okay, that's not great. I don't know how I'm going to deal with this guy just yet. I need to keep picking up sticks and stuff so I can actually make that up. It seems like this is a bit of a bug, right? This probably shouldn't happen where you get attacked by this straight away, but I think we'll be able to deal with it as soon as I find myself a rock. So let me head off and see if I can do that. It looks like we're actually able to just outrun the hornet there. That's never happened to me before, and I've done a few playthroughs of this, like little testing and stuff like that. So yeah. Anyway, if we pick up a stone, we can press F to smash it, and then we get these stone shards right here. Now, if you press B, you open up your journal. This is going to be used for like everything in the game. It's all your crafting stuff here, all these different sections that you can see. On top of that, you have different things over here. When you make discoveries, it will give you information. It shows you all of your skill levels as well as a bit of a quest tracker as well. So you got these different quests here, which we'll come on to as we start playing through. For now, though, what we're looking to do is just make up our stone axe. Let's go ahead and left click that. And you see it's been added to our backpack. So if I press tab, then I open up the backpack, and you can see it's done in quite a unique way in this game. So these are the items that we're going to be able to hotkey. So for example, this is our stone axe right now. That's on number 1. That's the hotkey for that. And later on, other tools will go in number 2 and 3 and so on. Plus, if we press these buttons here, we can start looking inside our backpack to see we've got some items going on here. So we've got those stone shards and the cloth that we picked up and stuff like that. And there's a whole other section here as well. So kind of a unique way of doing the inventory. Now, just up here is our first little bottle, as you can see right there. So like a little message in a bottle. So we can go ahead and grab that. And it says you can view it in the journal. So if you press B and you go over to the quest section, you can see here the bottled notes, and you got a letter here from William, which you guys can read. So these bottled notes, they go into obviously like the lore of the game. And if you guys are interested in that, it does go fairly in detail. So it's quite nice the way they've done that. I won't give away any spoilers today, of course, but if you want to explore that, then I definitely recommend it. So now that we have an axe, we can of course chop down a tree. So we've got like a palm tree here, and we just hold down left click, then we'll chop this down. You can see at the top of the screen there, that yellow circle gets red things eaten out of it until the tree is chopped down. And then we get some very useful things from it, including this right here, which is a coconut. So if we open up our backpack right now and go inside, here is our coconut. We can hold down E in order to eat that. And you see it will replenish some thirst points here, as well as some hunger points. So they sort of gradually go up, shown by the white bars there. And because it's a coconut, it's got the thirst as well as hunger. And food is going to be very important early on in the game. So because of that, one of the first things I actually want to build here is going to be a campfire. And you can see we can make just a normal campfire using 5 sticks. But if we make this one right here, it's the same amount of sticks, we just need a few stones as well. But this one will actually allow us to cook food. And because food is so important early game, I definitely want to get into this. And I'm actually pretty happy to make my camp on the beach here for now. I think we'll just place that one down there. So that's just put it in situ. Then we have to press R to add materials to it. So for example, we need small sticks. And what we can do is actually chop this log here up into smaller pieces. So again, at the top of the screen, it shows the yellow circle there that goes around, and we turn it from a log into large sticks. And if we keep chopping those, we can chop those down into small sticks. So this is a way of getting a ton of small sticks early on in the game. So then we come over to the campfire and we just press R to add the materials there. So we've got all of the sticks done. Now we just need to go and find some rocks. And you have to do a little bit of exploring to find the rocks. You can walk in through the wooded area here, the sort of junglish area, and sometimes you'll find them just lying around on the floor. It can be a little tricky to spot them though. Pick up the sticks while we see them as well. Yeah, it's just there's a lot of undergrowth and stuff. So just a typical survival game early on, a lot of exploring and gathering, with a bit of a focus towards food and also towards water, of course. Now, talking of water, when you see a turtle, you want to go ahead and attack it very early on into the game. It's going to give us a lot of useful resources, especially its turtle shell. And I'll show you why that is in a second. Just got to follow this little guy around until he dies. But yeah, this is going to be something you definitely want to make sure you get your hands on. So once he's dead, we hold down E and then we can like skin him apart and stuff. And we'll pick up that turtle shell and run it back to our base. The reason that the turtle shell is important is because it's used to make a water collector. So it's kind of like a special item for that reason. So we'll just go ahead and drop that down there for now. If I press B and go to the utility section here, you see this is the water collector, and as well as some other things, it requires a turtle shell. So we can't make it just yet. We do still need to get some other stuff, but once we see the turtle, we definitely want to kill them, because as well as that, we also get some turtle meat. So if I go back up to where the body was, we can put all that meat in our backpack, and then we'll cook it on the fire that we made earlier in a second. So there we go. We've got some raw meat there. Got a few of those from that turtle, and then the carcass just stays there. And yeah, we're off to a good start. We are still looking for rocks, and there should be some on the beach, I think. Usually there's some stones around here. Yeah, here we go. No, not that one. That's a skeleton. A little bit ominous, but I guess over here. So you can pick a stone up, but you have to actually hold it. You can't put it in your backpack. So you can't carry as many of those as you can with things like sticks or something like that. You can, however, carry multiple. You see I've picked up a second one just there. And if we see any more on the way home, here's a third one. So it's 3. I wonder how many we can actually carry. Let's find that out, shall we? So we're holding 3 right now. Looks like there's a 4th on the beach here. Can we pick that up? No, 3 is the limit. Okay. But yeah, you can be a bit more efficient by carrying 3 at a time rather than doing it 1 at a time. And then when we come over to here, we can go ahead and put these down on the fire. Oh, why is it not working? The hornet's attacking me. That's not good. Okay, so I managed to put all the stones out. Now the hornet's here. We'll just have to go ahead and give him a hit. There we go. Managed to kill him. So yeah, they can be a little bit annoying, but of course, all part of the challenge of the game. So I'll get the rest of those stones together. We'll start the fire off, and then we're going to get into doing a little bit of cooking and also building up some other things, like, for example, a bed. So there we go. There's 2 already. We just need 1 more. And with the fire completed, we can go ahead and hold down E to start the fire. And then we just have to kind of spam F and just like doing that thing where you twiddle the stick round in circles to create friction and heat. And that's how we're starting the fire. I guess how you do it, like if you were, I don't know, a caveman or stranded somewhere, you guys know what I mean. And there we go. And it says there, the fire will last for 7.5 hours. Plus, if we add a stick on by pressing R, you see that it goes up to 9. So each stick, I guess, is worth 90 minutes. And that's how we keep our fire going. If the fire goes out, it's not really an issue. You just have to do the F thing again. We keep spamming that. So yeah, all good. Now, if we press tab to get into our backpack, you can see we've got this raw meat here. We can now just drag that and drop it onto these different sections of the fire here in order to cook the meat up. So there we go. Get the little hourglass there that shows you how long you've got to wait. Once the meat is cooked, you want to pick it up fairly quickly afterwards, because otherwise, if you leave it on there, the meat will actually burn, and at that point, it's pretty useless to you. On top of that, when you have food, you do need to eat it fairly quickly, because food will actually spoil if it is left for too long. And that's true even if it's like in your inventory or whatever. Now, if you go to our inventory, we can hold down E to actually eat this stuff. So I might eat a couple of these right now, and I'll eat the third and final one pretty soon afterwards. It's just so it doesn't spoil. Now, I have seen on the Discord for this game that there's been a few people saying that food spoils too quickly, so this may change later on in the game, but I'm sure they'll keep spoiling in there. It's just we're not sure exactly how long it's going to take to spoil at this point. Now, instantly up there, you'll see that's like a crocodile or an alligator, whatever it is. But either way, don't go near that until you're a bit more geared in the game. Just stay away from that one. It's always in that little location up there. So that's a good thing to watch out for on your Star Island. Now, with the fireplace made, the next thing that we want to do is get into making a bit of a bed up. So let's see if we go this one here. It's going to be this one at first, the palm bed, and then later on we can make up a better bed. But let's do the palm bed for now, and let's get this somewhere like down here, I guess, near the fire. It's kind of a cool place for it, right? Put that one down just there like that. And what we're going to need to do now is add the palm fronds to it. So we got a couple of these already from when we chopped down that tree earlier. So we've got 4 of those already. We just need a couple more. So we could chop down another tree. But another thing you can do is just come up to these right here, these palms, and just chop them down to get just the palm fronds. Obviously, if you chop down a tree, you get other resources as well as the fronds. So you've got some different options there. But with that made up, then we're going to be able to rest in this bed when we want to. You can see we could hold down E if we want to go ahead and sleep there. And you get to set like how long you want to sleep for and stuff here as well. And you can also save your game from here. So it's a very important progression to get a bed built pretty early on once you get on to your starter island. Now, over time, you can see our stone axe right now is on 44% down there in the bottom right. And this will keep degrading over time. So basically, we want to make sure that we have the ability to make new tools up. If I go ahead and press B and go to the different tool sections here, you can see that rope is used for certain tools that we can make. And it's important to mention that you see here, like these ones here are locked, right? Because they were not at the correct crafting level. But if we continue to click through, a stone pickaxe, for example, is not locked. So don't think that because this is locked, everything to the right of it is also locked, because it's not. There are things that you can still make. You just have to have a look through. We can even go all the way down to this right here and make a bug net right at the end. Now, as I said, rope is going to be important for a lot of these. Like, there we go. The pickaxe there is going to need rope, as well as the next stone axe and stuff like that. So in order to make up something where we can make more rope, we need the spinning wheel. You see there, we just need some sticks and some metal sheets to do that. So for the spinning wheel, I'll go ahead and place that. I'll just put it up here out of the way for now, because I don't know where that's going to want to go. We might move it later, and we'll go ahead and complete this one. So we've got 6 of the 8 small sticks, and you know how to get those. As for the metal sheets, when you're starting out in the game, they are on the beach. So if we go back to where we joined the island, there were some metal sheets just around here where that hornet was attacking us. And we can just pick those up off the floor. So here we go. That's a sign, but there we go. There's a metal sheet there. And I guess we can carry multiple of these. So we just want to take a few with us while we're on our way. And that's how we're going to get those to make up the spinning wheel. As you can see, in order to make rope with the spinning wheel, we need to find some yucca leaves. So let's go have a little explore and find some of those, bring them back, and then we can start our rope production. And here's the yucca tree right here, this little fellow. So it can be a little bit tricky to find if it's in the undergrowth, I guess. But this one here was quite out in the open. We've got a ton of the yucca leaves from that. And if we go over to the spinning wheel now, and we go ahead and hold down E to spin this, then you see there, we spin the rope, we pick it up, we add the yucca leaf, we hold E again, and we just keep repeating that process. So that's how we're going to make rope in the game. Very useful resource to make, used for all different things as we make progress. Now, what I like to do early on is get a bit of storage going so that we keep things organized. So I've got my metal sheet there. There's my palm fronds. What I'll do now is come over here. This could be our section for rope, and we have to drag all of it at the moment. Unfortunately, you can't just drag, all of it with one click, but it just keeps things nice and organized when you're in the early game before you get into making up storage containers and stuff like that. Now, the water collector is something I'd like to work on a little bit more. So if we go down here, we can see we're going to need some banana leaves, the rope, which we can now make up, the sticks are fine, and the turtle shell we already have. So we're actually almost there. In terms of the banana trees, I believe there's one just up here that I saw. They're pretty standout. Yeah, that's one up there. So here it is just here, and you can see there it's a banana tree. I mean, I'll just come back to show you a bit more what it looks like. You're just looking out for these leaves, basically. But yeah, so from this, we are also, of course, going to get bananas, and that's another very useful food source, especially in the early game. So there we go. We've got a couple of bananas from that one, and then we'll pick up all of these banana leaves and take them back to our base. So the bananas, if we go over to here and we press hold down E in order to eat them, you'll see that they do restore a fair bit of hunger, right? And for the fact that we can just chop them down and get other things we need anyway, it makes them pretty useful in the early part of this game. So let's go ahead and just chuck all these leaves down somewhere here for now. We're going to use them in just a second. And let's get our, let's see, our water collector there. We'll put this in situ somewhere. So I might just put this just over here for now. That looks like a good spot for it. Grab our turtle shell and add that to it. And then we've got all of these banana leaves, of course, that we just picked up. We can add these to it. Can't remember exactly how many we need here, so let's have a look. There's 6 of them. So we need to go find another banana tree and some large sticks, but then we'll have a water collector, which over time will just collect us some nice filtered water, and then we won't have to worry about that anymore. I've just finished building the water collector, and you can see right there that this will now slowly collect water for us over time. Now, at the moment, it's not going to do that because it's not raining, so we have to wait for that, but it'll happen pretty soon in the game, so it is good to be prepared and build it as a priority, in my opinion, and that way you don't miss any of the rain. Once it starts raining, you're sort of ready to go. In the meantime, you do have water in your backpack, which you can drink. So yeah, I mean, if you want to, if you need it, it's there. And also obviously eating things like the coconuts and and that is also going to help. So you do have a few different options. I just like to be prepared with that one. So let's go ahead and make up a shelter now. You can see we've got a couple here. The lean-to, which is just better than nothing, as it says there, but we just as well make up the large shelter. It just needs a few extra resources in order to do that. So let's have a look now at where we want this to go. I guess we want our bed to be inside, so let's see how we can figure this out. Yeah, I think that looks quite nice actually. Then we've got the bed inside, we've got the fireplace just on the outside there as well, so that's looking pretty good. Now we just need to go and get all the stuff for it, of course. We actually have some stuff already that we can add to it, and I'll go and collect the rest, and then we'll take a look at how this looks once it's set up. As you're seeing though, early on in this game, there's going to be a lot of chopping down trees and stuff like that. So it's a good idea to make your base wherever you're going to do it somewhere that's going to be near to the trees. And also, I think that when you need different resources, it's probably a good idea to always go for chopping down the trees if you can, rather than picking them up elsewhere. Because the trees will give you extra things. Like, for example, we're going to get a coconut from this tree, as well as obviously the stuff that we need. So just look in the right spot, and then we can add those materials. And you can just chop down the different logs and stuff like that. You can sort of expedite the process, though. So let's go find a really skinny tree, and I'll show you what I mean. In fact, that's one right there, I believe. This is a small tree. So if we just chop down a small tree rather than the palm tree, that gives us large sticks straight off the bat. But we don't get any of the other stuff when we do that. So yeah, I guess it depends, but there's different ways of going about it. And there we go. Our shelter has been built. You can see it in all its glory right there, and we're getting ourselves a very nice little starter base going on here. So yeah, off to a pretty good start. Now, one cool thing about this game is you can actually get into farming pretty early on if you want to, and it's definitely something that I would recommend as well. So if we press B, then we've got different options for farming right here on this section on the top right here, this leaf section. So you've got the small patch and also a larger patch, and they can grow different things. So right now I'll just make one of each, and then I can show you guys the differences. So we'll place that one down there. Then we'll put a nice large one next to it. So if we rotate that around, we put that one down, I don't know, just like here or something. There we go, just roughly. So right here, we just need to make these now by getting the logs. And then once they're made, I'll show you how they function. So we just got this warning here telling us that we're very tired and we have to sleep. So we'll just go ahead and do that. You can see that our energy bar down there in the bottom left is really low. So that's why we need to sleep. It tells us that even though it's like 10 a.m., well, I guess we're up all night. So let's go ahead and hit sleep here. And you can choose how long you sleep for. I reckon, yeah, 6 hours is fine. So we'll just hit the sleep button, and then time will whiz on through that. And obviously, while we're doing that, our rest is going up. And also this right here, it looks like a little brain. That's kind of like you can think of like your happiness, but it's like your sanity, basically, is how it's described in game. And things like sleeping in a nice shelter help with that as well. So yeah, I mean, it makes sense, actually. It's kind of a nice thing that they've thought of to add into this game. Obviously, you're stranded on a desert island, and you could easily go insane. We need a little Wilson, actually. They should add a Wilson into the game as a little Easter egg. That would be great. But yeah, so that's how we restore the both energy and sanity points. I'm still making up the farms. We're just chopping down these trees right now. That's obviously how we get the logs. You can carry multiple logs as well, by the way. So you can carry those over to the thing and add them onto the farm. We just need one more, and then we've got both of them set up, and then I'll start getting into the actual farming. Now you can see it's gotten darker here, and it is currently raining, and what that means is that our water collector is now starting to collect water. So you see there, it's going up slowly, 0.07 liters, now 8, and so on and so forth. And once we get enough of it, we'll be able to actually drink from it. So that's why we want to be nice and prepared, ready for that rain. On top of that, I have finished the farming areas. I'm actually going to start with this one right here, the large farming patch. So if we go and get one of the bananas, we can drop that down into there. And this is now a banana tree farm. Well, yeah, it's going to be. You can see right there, 95 hours is what that's currently on. But a large part of that is because it is unfertilized. So if we go back into the farming section right here, you see we can make a compost heap using 4 logs. So we're going to do that next. And well, yeah, we just need to place it somewhere near the farms, right? So I'll find a little spot for this. I guess just here is great. We'll get some more logs, and then we'll go into how that one works. So we now have this compost heap built. Let's have a look at what things we can add to it. I guess if we open up our backpack, we can drag stuff in. Like, can I put a banana in there? Yeah, looks like, wait, did that work? No, it came back out. Okay, so maybe we could put in, maybe the hornet can live in there. Can we drag that and put in there? Instead, hornet into the compost heap. There we go. We can put insects in there. That's interesting. We've got rotten meat. I wonder if we can compost that. It'd be kind of cool if we could. Yeah, we could. All right, so there you go. So if your meat goes rotten, like I did just there, obviously that was an accident, but yeah, you can go ahead and start composting that stuff down. Coconuts, they, let's see, they did get edited. Okay, so coconuts we can add. Why can't we add bananas then? It seems like we can add just about everything else. That's weird. Okay, so we can compost different stuff here, and you can see there, this is actually happening. Okay, great. So we've got now 3.1 out of 10 All right, well, we're going to need to go and get the rest of this done so I can show you guys how this works. And I'm also testing this out for myself for the first time, which you might have guessed because I don't really know what's working and what's not. But hey, it's fun figuring it all out together, right? I just stepped through to a new day and we got ourselves a bit of food and water and stuff like that. And we got ourselves a parasite, unfortunately. So another part of this game you have to sort of deal with is these sorts of things, these illnesses and stuff. So we've got that right now. You can see it's got a little cooldown there in the bottom left, so it's going to take a little while. Also, we need some more food. So yeah, food is something that you really need to keep on top of, especially with it spoiling. You have to really be getting food quite often. So that's the first job today, but just letting you know some of these other features of the game, the whole environment that you have to avoid. It's all different things, whether it's starvation or enemies or even diseases. This is all part of it. If we go into our journal, you can see right here, there is medicine in the game. So over time, you can make yourself medicine to cure yourself against different things as well. So it's quite nice, the complexity that there's been added into that. Well, it is really not our day. I just ate a snail because I was hungry and I got food poisoning. So yeah, it told us to drink some water. So I guess we'll do that. And you see drinking the water actually cured us of a couple of different of the ailments that we had there. So if you've got the clean water like we had there in our water bottle, then that can heal a couple of things. But yeah, it's a day of illness for us. we might actually die today. We've got to try and get some food pretty quick here. All right, I managed to find a coconut, and also we've got this banana tree right here. So yeah, we can eat up a couple of bananas now, and we should be good once again. But I think we're going to need to be a little bit more prepared for the food that we need for tomorrow, because it was a little bit of a close call already on day one. With it raining right now, we're not able to start this fire here. So I'm going to try placing a fire here that's actually inside the shelter and see if that makes a difference. And to do that, we're going to need some stone. So I thought it would be kind of a good idea to look at going to the tools section and making up a pickaxe that we can see right here. So we need one small stick and we need one rope. Well, we definitely have the rope. Let's see if I can find it. There it is over there. Let's go find a stick, and then we'll try some mining in order to get stone. Should be a much quicker way of doing it, of course. So if we make up the small pickaxe right now, and let's see what number is that in our backpack. If we go to the front, number 2. Okay, so we can equip that. And I'm guessing just like these rocks down here and stuff, we can just chop them up. So let's see, this is actually tin and copper ore. So we don't want to chop that up just yet, although it's pretty cool. We can get into that later. Can we chop this up? Okay. Maybe the pickaxe is just for these ore, but I'm wondering if we chop up this, maybe we get rock as well as tin. So let's just give it a go and find out for ourselves. Looks like it's pretty quick to do anyway. So with that chopped up, tin shards, we got some of those. And yeah, no, that was it. Okay, just getting tin from that. So if we want to get more rocks, unfortunately the compost bin is currently bugged out, and I looked on the Discord. This is a known bug. Oh, there's a Komodo dragon there. Okay, is he about to attack us? I guess he is. Oh, okay, let's see if we can kill this dude or not. I actually don't know. It looks like he's running away from us. Okay, well, maybe we can get like quite a lot of meat from this guy. I mean, it's pretty big. It'd be nice if they had hit points actually, so we knew like how close they were to dying. But there we go. Yeah, we can kill a Komodo dragon without too much problem. So that might not have been a crocodile earlier. I thought it was, but I guess not. No, we've got some new items here. Komodo skin, and then obviously raw meat's nothing new to that, but interesting. Okay. Yeah, so the compost thing it's a known bug right now. I'm sure it'll be fixed before the release on the 24th of September. I'm obviously playing this well in advance of that, and obviously with beta, we sometimes get bugs. So I won't be able to show you that today. That could be a little like a teaser. Or when we do the full thing in the future, I'll show you that when it can actually work. What I would like to do though is make up a shovel. So if we go down to our tools right here, let's see, where is the shovel? We need to find that one. There we go, the spade, right? So stone shard, small stick, we can make that up. Guessing that's hotkey number 3. Now, you see all these different plants around here, right? So like a ginger plant, for example, and these types of things, they actually need you to use the shovel or the spade or whatever on them in order to pick them up. Now, if we go up over that way, there's like potato plants and there's berries and stuff like that. So this spade is actually used for all different types of things. But the what we can do with that, that's the sort of stuff that we put in the small farming patch. So the big one is for the trees, like the banana tree right here. And then this one here can be other stuff. So for example, we could grab some ginger and put it into there and start farming ginger. You can see, oh, this has not been watered. Okay, we need to get some water for that because obviously the rain did this one, I guess. But this one here, we're going to need to add some water to it. So let's see, what can we do in order to get some water? I think there is a water pouch here and we just need leather for that. So we're not going to use that just yet. I wonder, like, if we wanted to, I'm not saying this is necessarily the best idea, but could we use some of this on there? Like, if we grab that water bottle and put it on there, or now we just have water set there. Okay, this is not the way we wanted to do this. So I think our water bottle might just be empty at the moment. I wonder if we could, like, use it over here at all. Like, can we dip it in there and bring it back in? Yeah, now it's, like, filled up. Okay, cool. So there's actually, yeah, we've managed to fill up our water bottle by doing that. That's interesting. Sort of learning as I go along here. And now that it's full, can we just use it on there somehow? We can drink it, or we can just keep it in there. Okay, I just wondered whether that was a thing. I guess we just can just drink from it though, and it's not actually something to water the plants. We'll have to use like the water pouch or wait for the rain for that to happen. Now, I was wondering how I get into the smelting side of things. So let's have a look here and see if we can figure that one out, because we are now able to mine the ores if we want to do that. Okay, so here's a furnace down here, and you can see that this is used to produce metal ingots, and it just needs stone and a metal sheet. So that's not too bad. The only thing is I am starting to run out of stone a little bit because I'm only able to pick it up when I find it on the island, it seems. And we got the pickaxe, but there doesn't seem to be any way we can actually mine in order to get stone. So I'm not sure how that works. Now, I was going to test this fire out. I haven't forgotten, but it stopped raining, so we can't really test it until it rains again. And oh, actually, you know what? We need to wake up a second because our hunger is going down pretty quickly there. So let's go ahead and figure out something that we can eat here. I've got crab arms. We can eat that, I suppose. Yeah, I don't want to end up dying while I'm asleep there. Our little furnace has been built. I managed to find the rocks for that. So it says you start the furnace by holding E. So I guess we do that. I need to put ore shards in the furnace first. Okay, all right, so let's see. I put some tin shards down here somewhere in my awesome storage area we have over here. So I guess this is just the same as before. We just open up our backpack and let's find those shards. Just drag them across, right? Like put one in there and one in there. And finally one in there. There we go. Okay, so this should work. Now we hold down E to start that up. There's no fuel in the furnace. Okay, interesting. So how do we fuel it then? Okay, let's grab a large stick and see if we can use this to fuel it at all. It doesn't look like it. I mean, there's only these 3 spots here and they're all covered with tin shards. So, okay, add fuel, small stick. Okay, there we go. Just got to add it in the top. So in that case, all we need to do is drop this down on the floor and we'll smash this one open into the small sticks. There we go. Now we come up to the top here, add the small sticks in there. Okay, so now when we hold this down, there's not enough fuel to melt the shard. All right, okay. Let me go add some more. Not sure if we have enough to light the furnace or not right now, because when I try, it says that we can't light it with all this rain. So not getting the most luck here. I wonder again if we could put a shelter over this or not. Maybe we can get some sticks actually and try out our fireplace here. Let's see, we can start a fire in here. We keep spamming F, see if this one works. We wanted to test this out anyway, so I guess there's that. And yeah, it's a real battle against the elements, as you guys are seeing here. But looks like, yeah, okay, so shelter is important in this game for things that need to be sheltered from the rain. So I guess fireplaces, and as we just found out, furnaces as well. I won't move the furnace, I'll just wait until it is not raining anymore, and then we'll test that out once again. Now also, now that it's raining, I believe this should be watered, and it is. So our ginger plant there, 71 hours for that to grow. It seems like a lot. I don't know. It does seem like a long time. There's still got 47 hours left for our banana plant as well. And especially if this ends up being just one banana tree, which I'm assuming it is, obviously. That's what it looks like when that's grown. It seems a long time to turn a banana into that. But yeah, we'll see. And again, these things could change, obviously, because we're still in beta. So it's 1 a.m. in game right now, which is the perfect time to do some smelting. Hopefully we can do it. And yeah, there we go. It's going to take 5 minutes, it says right there. That's in-game minutes, so that's pretty cool. And yeah, looks like this closes up the front of it for the whole smelting process, and this gets on fire. It's quite nice the way that's been done. So now at this point, we have some impure ingots, which is interesting. So we grab all of those out. And I wonder, well, let's see if we go onto our journal here. Did this unlock some stuff for us? What do we get out of that? I guess it's just a case of later on when we need to build some of these tools, that'll be some of the recipes for them right there. So yeah, I'm guessing that's what's happened. And we just got thirsty there. That's right. We can figure that one out in a second. But yeah, so I guess the ingots are going to be quite useful for part of the progression. But we're kind of not really at that stage just yet. So today was a first look at this game, guys. If you'd like to see more content on this game, please do consider liking and subscribing. It's a really good gauge to me if people are interested in this content. But for now, I just want to say thank you so much for watching, and I look forward to seeing you guys in the next one.